So the Nether update is by far my favorite update of all time, and probably the largest one as well. Mojang has done an incredible job of changing the entire dimension and introducing hundreds of new features. And more than likely, if you're watching this video right now, you've already played the Nether update, so you know a lot of what this update has to offer, in terms of mobs, in terms of Netherite, and the piglins, and the new biomes. You already know a lot about this update, so it's really unnecessary to elaborate or expand on these features that most of you already know very well. But today I do want to talk about features that Mojang could still expand on in future updates, if they choose to. Which it seems like they are still interested in the Nether, or at least some features and elements of this update that they could honestly explore more in greater detail and depth if they really wanted to. So today we're going to be talking about some features in the Nether update 1.16 that they could really do a lot more with in future updates. Now, more than likely this won't be happening for quite some time, but you never know. Mojang is always working on something, and they have been known to introduce new features without actually announcing them. So fingers crossed. But hopefully you guys do enjoy today's video. If you could do me a huge favor as always and leave a like on today's video, it'd just be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to hashtag StealthArmy as well, because I'll be liking and favoriting some of the best comments in today's video. Now let's kick things off with Piglin trades, or Piglin bartering. This is one of my favorite elements and aspects of the entire update, is being able to barter and trade with piglins. And they do offer some really cool things in return for gold. They absolutely love gold, and they will offer some of my favorite items like ender pearls, fire resistance, and one of the rarer ones is the Netherite hoe, which I've only gotten, I believe, twice. So they can give you some really good stuff, and of course a bunch of junk. But why stop there? Mojang could really do something special and take bartering and piglins to the next level by really changing it up depending on where you find the piglin. Say for instance you find the piglin in a bastion, they will offer you better trades or better loot. If you find a piglin in the Crimson Forest, maybe the trades aren't as good. Or if you find them in the Wasteland, they're even worse. So I feel like they could do something really cool and interesting, or maybe they just base it off of the time of the year or the season. So it'd be constantly fresh, something new, and an incentive to continue to trade and barter with piglins. I think that's a great idea worth looking into. But let's move on to the next feature that I feel like Mojang should seriously expand on for obvious reasons. The Piglin Brutes. This was definitely a surprise to pretty much everybody in the Minecraft community. In fact, I don't think anybody was expecting it, especially because this mob was released after the Nether update came out. So I was definitely eager to get my hands on this mob and just be able to play around with it. And I was very shocked to find out that this mob doesn't really give you anything outside of the axe that it drops. And the reason this is such a major surprise and a letdown at the same time is because before the brutes were introduced, we were able to go to the bastion, and as long as we were careful, wearing gold, not opening chests when piglins are around, and just being very sneaky, we were able to get essentially what we needed. Now, the key word is being careful, being sneaky. It still doesn't mean it's easy or that it's just going to be a cakewalk. It was still a relatively difficult challenge going to the bastion and getting what you want, or getting the loot. Now that we have the brutes, they do not discriminate. They don't care if you have gold, they don't care if you're wearing gold. They will attack you no matter what. And if they attack you, the other piglins attack you. So Mojang wanted this to be one of the most difficult places to explore. But what's the incentive? What's the reward now that we have a brand new mob that is going to attack you, that is very strong, has a lot of health, and deals a lot of damage? Essentially nothing. We don't really get anything for defeating them, which is a huge missed opportunity, and more than likely they will change this mob. It's still in beta, it's not technically out right now, so they could still make some major changes to the Piglin Brute, and hopefully they do, because there's a lot of cool things that they can do with the Piglin Brute in terms of loot drops. Maybe they are guaranteed to drop soul speed, or a netherite axe, or a netherite ingot, ancient debris. The list goes on. There's a lot of cool things that they can do in terms of loot drops with the brand new mob called the Piglin Brute, and I just feel like they need to do something. Something is better than just simply a golden axe drop. That's pretty much nothing in my opinion, and it's definitely not worth the amount of work, the amount of grind and effort it takes to defeat one of these mobs in the Bastion. Leave some ideas down below, but let's move on to Netherite, which is one of my favorite features of this update. Netherite is the new ore that is stronger than diamond, and it's created from ancient debris and gold. It's really cool, and it looks amazing as well, and they've done an incredible job with this new ore. However, I feel like they can still do more with Netherite, and you should be able to make pretty much everything with Netherite as long as you have it. You should be able to make a Netherite bow, and maybe if you craft a Netherite bow, it unlocks more enchantments. Better enchantments, stronger enchantments of course, and just maybe different ones that allows you to play in a different style. They could do a Netherite trident. Maybe it's just more durable and it unlocks new enchantments as well. A Netherite crossbow, same type of idea. And lastly, the Netherite shield. Out of all the other features and items I mentioned, I feel like this one makes the most sense. And it surprises me that Mojang didn't introduce the Netherite shield, something that's more durable, stronger, more effective maybe against certain mobs, or maybe all mobs, and it just looks better as well. The Netherite shield seems like one of the coolest ideas out of all of the things that I mentioned earlier, but let me know which one you guys like the most. Which one do you feel like needs to be in a future update? And an honorable mention, I'm not going to talk about it today because I've made so many videos about this, the Nether Fortress. Keep your fingers crossed that one day Mojang finally updates the Nether Fortress to look like something that should be in the 1.16 update. It just doesn't fit the Nether anymore. It looks a little outdated, and especially with all of the new blocks we have now, I feel like it's only right that they make some improvements. But let me know what you guys think in terms of these ideas, or maybe you have some of your own. Share them down below. Notification Squad, y'all are the best, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So take care, everyone. Peace.
Show me a move. You ain't ready for